Alright guys, welcome back. So, last time I talked to you guys, we were just leaving to go on our trip to Arkansas. We we were heading out to the diamond mine, and we ended up staying in the Ozarks for a couple days before, like we stayed in, I suppose they're all in the Ozarks, but we stayed kind of by Fayetteville, Arkansas, northwest Arkansas. We stayed for a couple days. I did some rock hounding and some gold panning in some creeks way down in the Ozarks. But we were supposed to go to the diamond mine that Monday, and we actually made reservations for our campsite, and they gave our reservations to somebody else. So we did not go to the diamond mine because we didn't find it worth it enough for us to go there for one day. They didn't have any more campsites available for us to go to. They were full. They did not credit us money. They did not do anything like that. So it's kind of, it was a little depressing because our plan was to go to the diamond mine. But we improvised. At the last minute, we improvised, and we ended up getting a campsite at the Ron Coleman Mine. Ron Coleman Quartz Crystal Mine. And that was probably the best thing we had done. I mean, I've never been to the diamond mine, but from everything I hear, the best thing we could have done was probably go to that crystal mine. So starting out, we went to that crystal mine. We drove there. It was about 3 hours from Fayetteville, Arkansas, down to Hot Springs. Had to go through Mount Ida. That was pretty cool. One of the highest mountains in Arkansas. We went down to the Ron Coleman Mine, and we drive into our campsite and we park, and they must have used all the tailings and stuff from the mine to build the campground, because no matter where you walked, you found crystals. Like crystals beyond crystals. So like some of the ones that you could find just walking through the campground are these ones right here. Just walking through the campground. Like we had just a heck of a time. I mean, you couldn't even walk to the bathhouse to take a shower without staring at the ground looking for crystals. So we got there, we were looking for crystals, and we kind of started getting excited because we spent the first day, kind of got there a little later in the day, and we didn't want to pay to go into the mine right away. So we got there the first day and we started looking around the whole campground. I mean, we were looking before we even had the camper set up yet and parked. I mean, they were just everywhere. We found points everywhere. We found, we got some points like that. We found those in the campground. Like, that's just crazy. Like, so at this point in the video, I mean, this is when I tell you that go to the Ron Coleman Mine. Like, you need to go there, because that is probably the coolest thing that I have ever, coolest place I've been to so far. So we go there and we're looking for crystals. Our first night, a huge thunderstorm come through. It took all the power out everywhere. And if you've ever been to Arkansas, Arkansas is hot. Like, it was so hot there. I know it was hot back here in Wisconsin too, but it was really hot there. So that first night was kind of miserable, but then the second day we ended up paying, it was $55 a person, and $55 that includes a mine tour. So it's an actual commercial operated mine. It was a mine tour, and then we got the zip line across the commercial mine, which is the only zip line that goes across a commercial mine. We had to do that as many times as we wanted, and then spend the rest of the day digging. So otherwise, if you wanted to dig, it was like $25 a person just to dig. And just so everybody knows, digging for crystals is way harder than it looks. I mean, we see Crystal Collector out there, and he's out there, you know, finding these big crystals and stuff like that. Okay, I don't know if he just knows where to look or what it is, because we literally were out there for baking in the sun looking for these crystals. And I mean, we found quite a bit, but nothing on the size of what he finds. But what they do is in your dig site, they mine in the mine, and then any of the tailings that they have from trying to get their big clusters out, they put in dump trucks and they take it up and dump it in this spot, and then that spot is where you get to dig. And some tips. One tip for people when you go there is to look for the consistency of the dirt that's kind of like peanut butter. It's kind of weird to say, but the consistency of peanut butter. Because I found one little strip that was just like that, and nobody was digging in it, and nobody had dug in it. And we dug there, and we were finding all sorts of points. I found this double there. So we found a double. I found this double there. So we dug there for 6 hours, digging there looking for crystals. And then one of the rules is that you can carry out as much as you can carry. You can spend $25 to just dig, and you can literally take as much as you can take out of there in a day. As much as you can carry to your truck or to your car, you can take. So there's all sorts of people just carrying buckets to their vehicles, and it was just a great time, just an awesome time. We ended up digging for 6 hours, and then we kind of had to take a few breaks here and there because we wanted to make sure our dogs were back in our camper, and wanted to get them out and stuff like that. It was super hot out, and we got a little guy that's only 9 months old. He was a pretty big trooper. A tip for anybody that's got kids and you go there, take like a tent or something to block the sun, or go maybe in the fall when it's a little cooler, because it was a little miserable for our little guy. We tried to, we had to kind of take him back to the camper and let him cool down and then bring him back, and it was just so hot out there. But if you had like something where you can make shade and stuff like that, because you could take pretty much anything you want in there. I mean, you just can't drive your truck up in there, or your car up in there. So that's awesome. Just like the fact that you can take anything you want, as much as you want. I mean, they have boundaries obviously that you can go. So we did a lot of digging, and I'm going to show you guys a few things that we found, and we're going to go through that a little bit. Another thing is on the tour, they take you through a little like museum that they have. They show all the pieces that the owner has, and we actually seen the owner of the mine driving a backhoe up the side, heading to the mine to work on it. There's only 3 guys that work on it, that work in the mine, and I'm pretty sure that they're all related. Like I think the dad owns it and the sons help run it. But it's just cool because the gift shop overlooks the mine completely. Zip line, highly recommend that. It's a 1/4 mile zip line. It's pretty cool though. During the tour, they take you in an old Vietnam truck, and they drive you all the way down into the mine, and kind of tell you about how they mine, what they look for. They said that they had hit a spring a couple years ago, or quite a few years ago, or whatever. They hit a spring down there, and the water had such high minerals from the quartz crystals that they started bottling it and selling it. Like, it's just crazy, because it's just crazy to think about that all that could come from a crystal mine. But it was probably the coolest place that I've been to, and it wasn't the diamond mine, and it wasn't the reason we drove 13 hours, but it's definitely worth it. I recommend the Ron Coleman Mine to anybody that wants to go. We would like to go back. It won't be for a few years though, because we'd like our little guy to get a little bit bigger, be able to walk around more, and just be easier to have him out there. Um, I caught him one moment. I caught him eating dirt, so like yeah, it was hard to like just watch him and dig at the same time. But dirt's good for you. We just watched for crystals in his diapers, But yeah. So all right, well I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the crystals that we found, and we're gonna go through some of them. I got one kind of big one here. I was kind of a trooper. I carried out a lot of buckets. So yeah, let's look at some of those. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a quick scan of our crystals that we found. We'll start with the big one here. So this is a big one that I carried out of there, and you can kind of see all the little clusters on the inside. It's just kind of wicked. I don't know if the video really does it justice, but it's pretty wicked though. Just all the points coming out of here are crazy. And then this one I carried out of there. You can kind of see, like right here would have been a point coming off. There's another one coming in here. I got a little one right there. So you can see all the little points and crystals in there. Another one right there. So yeah, that was another big one that I carried out. Just kind of looking around it. Like look at this little cluster right there. It's like hidden inside a little geode. And then all of these ones on the backside. Now I haven't done any cleaning of this one yet, but I can't wait to do the cleaning of that one just to kind of get more of a look. And I might even split that up a little bit. Like look, I got a little geode down in there where there's crystals. There's even some coming right off the point here. Some there. Just a super cool piece to have. I like that. We got this one. Just looks like a piece of quartz, but it had some weird points and stuff inside of it. Kind of hard to tell a little bit. Found this one. Big crystal poking out of it. I got this one. Look at that, it's like so clear. Just crazy. And I think this one was found at the campground, I think. Just laying next to a tree. There's one point right here. Another one that was supposed to come up here. And we have that double that I was showing you guys earlier. A little more up close. It would have been a triple. Looks like we got another little one right here. It's wicked because it looks like they were made, It's kind of interesting how crystals form. Oh yeah, this one kind of shows a vein. So when they look for them in the mine, they're looking for veins of them. And this kind of shows where this was the vein coming around the original rock, or the shale. They call it shale. But that was kind of cool just because I wanted to show the veins. This was just a bunch of little ones. want to show you this next one. Now this next one was probably the find of the trip. One of the finds of the trip, just because it's so cool. But this one is, it's all one. It's pointed here, it's pointed here, and it's got citrine crystal below it. And it's got another one right here, one underneath it. Like, that is such a cool display piece. Like, that is awesome. The fact that it's got the citrine in there too. That's what that orange is, like a citrine crystal. That is awesome. So I'm kind of going to come over here. Now I got this tray here. In this tray, we have everything small that we found. Like, I got a bag here. Those are just all points that weren't points. They just have flat edges on them. They're kind of like smaller versions of this piece. This would have been a huge point. You know, so this is all pieces of that. We're probably going to tumble these. I got a tumbler coming. So we're probably going to tumble those, because I think that'd be cool. So now, we're going to go through, we're going to look at these. I got this one here. Got a little point coming off of it. We got some little clusters here. We got little clusters. This is a pretty cool cluster. Like, isn't that crazy? Little cluster like that. An even smaller cluster. If I get closer on that or not. Look at that, little clusters. Got this one. This point was broke off. We got this one. That would have been a decent one coming out of there. Got this double, which is super cool. Like, that's so cool to find. And the fact that how clear they are. So clear. We have a lot of points. Like right over in here, we got this point. Get that point, got a point here. This is a small point. Got this point here. Got this double. This point here, which is like super clear. This would have been a pretty nice point. I like how it's kind of got a little rose gold, or like a rose quartz color in it. Rose gold. Look at me, always thinking about gold. Got another point right there. Got more points, smaller points. So many points we found. Just a couple of points here. Real small cluster. Another point here. There's another small little cluster. Just the amount, I'm trying to look a little over the camera here because there's a lot. This would have been a huge point. You can kind of see the edges. Now, just remember, those are not cut. That's naturally formed. See, this is what I'm talking about where they break off. So I got a little point there, but it's kind of broken here. We found a lot of these where it's just, you got the shapes of what it would be. That's where your imagination can let you know can let you think about how big it is, I guess. This would have been a point here. All sorts of little ones. Got this little point here. So yeah, you can see this one would have been something. It's got the flat sides, you know. So yeah, so there's a whole bunch of like small points in here, which you guys are all going to see more of because we're going to do some stuff with these. Again, this is our coolest piece we think that we found. But so then they also have a shop there where you can buy a bunch of rough stone. So we bought some random tumbled pieces from their mine, just random quartz that they tumbled, which I'm hoping that I can do with that. We bought a bunch of these desert roses, small desert roses. I think those are cool. We got a project for those coming up. Here's another piece, one of their tumbled pieces. Here's a big one, kind of big rock with a bunch of little crystals in it. One that was here that looked like it was going to form. Here's this big one again. Here's this one. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at these again in the future. The more we get cleaned up, we got a little bit more we need to clean up yet before we show you guys, but yeah. This big one again. The big points coming out of it. So yeah. Yeah, that is our crystal mining that we did. Now, like I said, it's a lot harder than it looks. The crystal collector makes it look so easy, but it's not. It's a lot harder than that. Like I said, we found these. We went to the gift shop. We bought some stuff. Now, when you go to the gift shop, they have so much stuff in there. They actually have a whole outdoor section of just rough stones that you can buy. Now, the prices are by the pound on a lot of it, and pretty cool. It's pretty cool to walk through and see. They have a lot of finished pieces in the gift shop as well. They have Herkimer diamonds in there that you can purchase. Purchase emeralds, stuff like that. Just kind of cool. Just all rough stones that you can purchase. Another thing is we're in the campground. We decided to Uperlite hunt in the campground. Well, most of the road was built out of Uperlites. We found hundreds of Uperlites. Like it was insane the amount of Uperlites that we found there. And I don't know what they did, or where they got them from, or where it came from. But I would have loved to go through the mine at nighttime and just look to see what everything looked like in UV. But that was fun. I mean, and overall, our experience at the Ron Coleman Mine was awesome. We would have loved to spend more time there, not be so burnt out, but it's just so hot there. We spent 2 days there, 3 days actually, and it was a good time. It was a really good time. So, our crystals, what are we going to do with them? What are we going to do with our crystals? Well, so a lot of our bigger pieces we are going to keep and showcase for our friends and family that come over, and put some pieces in my shop once I get it fully put together, because it's a mess right now. But a lot of these crystal points, and I have a lot more than maybe just here. So a lot of these points, we are going to make gem buckets. So that is coming to the channel and coming to, it is been a long time coming, but the adventure mining bucket has been in the creation for the past 2 years that I've been thinking of it. And we are going to incorporate these crystals, incorporate these desert roses, incorporate some tumble pieces into our buckets. We want to get people outside and people looking for stuff, and if you can't, we understand that people can't make it outside all the time, so this mining bucket is going to be so people can do it at home, and we will do a video on those buckets when that time comes, because we're slowly working our way up to it, slowly trying to get the inventory of stuff and the mixture of stuff to make people excited. The first 2 people that are going to see these buckets in action, I suppose, are going to be Caitlin and Zeke on Facebook, or not Facebook, sorry, Caitlin and Zeke on YouTube. They just started their channel here in Wisconsin. They're gold prospectors. Go out and watch them. Go look for them. They go to Nugget Lake a lot. They're just getting, I think they've been into gold prospecting for a while. Me and Zeke talk quite a bit. But they have a few kids, so we're actually going to give you guys, Caitlin and Zeke, we're going to give you guys some buckets once we get them put together, and kind of get some feedback from you guys on how they are. Get your kids, see what your kids think of them, because you guys take your kids out with you all the time, which is awesome, getting your kids out there. If you guys haven't seen them on YouTube yet, go like, share, and subscribe their stuff. They only got a few videos, but they're doing awesome. It's awesome to see somebody that in the past couple months that I've met jump into YouTube and start making videos. I think it's an awesome community, and we can meet awesome people on here. So let's keep an eye out for the adventure mining bucket. That's going to be coming real soon, and we are going to get back in it and go back down to the grind, some of this gold and some of this rock hounding here in Wisconsin. And I got some new equipment coming for the shop. We're going to get the shop organized, get the shop going. We're going to get stuff running, water running. I got some awesome more ideas. Still got to take my gravity bucket out yet and do some mining with that. We got a makers challenge I'd love to do. I tried to join Theo, I can't remember his full YouTube name, but I tried to talk to him about maybe trying to get in on his makers challenge, and he totally ignored me. So I'm just gonna do my own. Maker's Challenge. I want to make stuff out of metal, like do something with pouring metal and stonework, and I think it'd be cool to do, and maybe not be so much a Maker's Challenge. I'm not gonna challenge people to do it, but I'm gonna just see what I can make a challenge for myself. Really, I think it's awesome. So yeah, keep an eye out for all the new things coming up. We're gonna show more crystals. We're gonna show more rocks. We're gonna show more gold. It's gonna be awesome. All right, till next time, like, share, and subscribe. Our channel is growing every day. We have been out of it for a couple weeks, but we are growing, and we are heading for it. So this is awesome. Till next time, see you guys.